How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on the month of October, and we've already looked at PlayStation 5 games releasing next month. However, I also want to look at PlayStation 4 titles that are coming next month. I know some of you guys are still rocking a PS4, and there are some games that are still just PS4 games, obviously backwards compatible and fully playable on the PlayStation 5. We do have a bit of crossover from the other video, but a couple of new titles to talk about as well. So let's start off with one of those new games, and one that I'm particularly excited for, and that is SIGNALIS. This is a very throwback survival horror game with a very slick art style, a classic survival horror experience set in a dystopian future where humanity has uncovered a dark secret, unravel a cosmic mystery, escape terrifying creatures, and scavenge an off-world government facility, a technician replica searching for her lost dream. Again, the game has very much a throwback art style, classic survival horror gameplay experience, fear and apprehension as you encounter strange horrors, carefully manage scarce resources, and seek solutions to challenging riddles. Explore the dim corners of derelict spaceships, delve into the mysterious fate of the inhabitants of a doomed facility, and seek what lies beneath in a dream about dreaming. Discover an atmospheric science fiction tale of identity, memory, and terror of the unknown and unknowable. SIGNALIS will be hitting PlayStation 4 on October 27th. Next up, we have a Nintendo Switch title making the transition to PlayStation 4, and that is No More Heroes 3. Obviously, some of you guys, I'm sure, are very familiar with No More Heroes. If you aren't, expect something incredibly over-the-top, a bit wacky, a bit zany, but a lot of fun. Travis Touchdown is back, baby. The otaku assassin takes up his trusty beam katana once more to slash his way to the top of the galactic superhero rankings and save the world in the latest entry in the No More Heroes series. The game saw a mixed reception on Nintendo Switch, I would say more so leaning towards the positive side. Obviously, with the PlayStation 4 release, it will be upgraded from a visual standpoint, and if you're looking for a wacky action title with a bit of comedy, No More Heroes 3 is definitely going to fit the bill on that one. No More Heroes 3 drops on October 11th. Next up, we have another horror title in Saturnalia, survival horror adventure as an ensemble cast explore an isolated village of ancient ritual. Its labyrinth roads change each time you lose all of your characters. This is another horror game with a very interesting art style. Can't say this one's a throwback, but a very unique presentation style. The game notes a game inspired and heavily influenced by the folklore of Italy, where you play as 4 characters, experience a deeply connected storyline that ties back to the haunting traditions of an ancient village. The village itself is an elaborate maze with no 2 iterations being precisely the same. The village structure changes each time all your characters die. Discover characters with special abilities, use tools and consumables to open shortcuts, and keep narrative and puzzle progress across game overs. Manage your supply of matches to help your site and solve puzzles. Saturnalia will be dropping on October 27th. Next up, we have Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, a game that's been in early access for a very long time on PC, now finally coming out of early access and into a full release on PlayStation 4, also will be coming to PlayStation 5. This is a very big title that marries a lot of different genres. The horns sound, the ravens gather, an empire is torn by civil war. Beyond its borders, new kingdoms ride. A grid on your sword, don your armor, summon your followers, and ride forth to win glory on the battlefields of Colradia. Establish your army and create a new world out of the ashes of the old. Again, this is a game that's more akin to PC gaming, and I know a lot of people that are super into this game on PC. The first game did release on PlayStation 4 as well. You've got a single-player sandbox campaign. Play the game the way you want to play it. Plot your own path to power in a dynamic sandbox adventure where no 2 playthroughs are ever the same. It's going to be interesting to see how this game runs because it is a fairly intensive game, so it being on the PlayStation 4, it will be interesting if it's going to be able to keep up. We'll see how it turns out. Mount & Blade 2 will be dropping on October the 25th. Next up, we have a major JRPG release in Star Ocean, The Divine Force. Star Ocean has been around for a very long time. We haven't gotten a new title in quite a while, going back to Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness, and that game was not very good, but it's nice to see that Square Enix hadn't lost all hope in Star Ocean because it's an IP that a lot of people have attachment towards. No, it never reached the levels of, let's say, a Final Fantasy or a Kingdom Hearts, but Star Ocean games, at least the earlier ones, were rather good, like 1 and 2 till the end of time. I even like Star Ocean 4. I know that one is seen as a bit of a mixed bag, and atrocious voice acting aside, I thought that game was pretty good. The Divine Force is shaping up to be a great game, and we do have a demo available, so if you're not sold on the game yet, or you just don't know what to expect, check out the demo. That'll give you a good idea about the game, and it's about 2.5 hours long, so you're gonna get a sizable amount of content out of it for a free demo. Definitely do check that out, but hopefully a quality action RPG to come with Star Ocean the Divine Force, and it can get Star Ocean back on the right track, because I still think there's a lot of legs left to Star Ocean as an IP, and there's a lot Square Enix can do with it going forward, but let's just hope one step at a time, and Divine Force turns out to be a quality title. Next up, we have NORCO. This is a game that came out on PC back in early 2022, this year, and it's a Southern Gothic point-and-click narrative adventure that immerses the player in the sinking suburbs and verdant industrial swamps of a distorted South Louisiana. Now, this is a game that's very much a throwback, story-driven, and more akin to a game that you would once again play on PC. However, it saw an incredibly positive reception on PC, and 88 on Metacritic, a very positive reception on Steam, with 94% of the 782 reviews being positive. So obviously it didn't see like a widespread reception in terms of the game commercially, but it seemed to have resonated with the people that did play it. So it's nice to see that the game will be arriving to PlayStation 4 as well. NORCO will be dropping on October 20th. Next up, we have Dakar Desert Rally. Dakar Desert Rally is the biggest off-road rally racing adventure ever developed. Experience the speed and excitement of the largest rally race on the planet, featuring a wide variety of licensed vehicles for motorcycles, cars, trucks, quads, and SSVs. It's coming out very early on in the month, October 4th of 2022, and if you're a fan of off-road racers, it looks like this is going to offer you quite a bit of content. Over 30 stages of full rally racing from the official 2020, 2021, and 2022 rally races, with officially licensed vehicles, teams, and pilots across multiplayer and single-player modes, again dropping on October the 4th. Next up, yet another horror title. We have Yomawari Lost in the Dark. Another chapter of the atmospheric horror series has emerged from the shadows. Eerie sound design and shadowy environments set the stage for gruesome and terrifying ghosts never seen before in the series. Obviously, this is a bit of a throwback as well from a visual standpoint, but it does have that spooky and eerie aura going on for it. Another chapter of the atmospheric horror series. Home Sweet Haunt, eerie sound design, and shadowy environments set the stage for gruesome and terrifying ghosts and new fear. For the first time in Yomawari, you can customize your character's appearance by changing your hairstyle, hair color, clothes, and accessories. Yomawari Lost in the Dark will be arriving on October the 25th. Next up, we have Warhammer 40k Shootas, Blood and Teef. From the developers of the Guns, Gore, and Cannoli franchise comes a new 2D run-and-gun platformer, Warhammer 40k Shootas, Blood and Teef. Now, Warhammer 40k is getting a bunch of titles. This one is a run-and-gun action 2D platformer, so it's probably going to be something a lot of people can just get into. Very charming art style, incredibly colorful, and over-the-top action gameplay as well. You don't have to be super invested into the Warhammer lore to get into this one. Warhammer 40k Shootas, Blood and Teef will be dropping on October 20th. Next up, pretty notable release that doesn't need a lot of promotion, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 will, of course, be dropping on the PlayStation 4 as well. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 drops players into an unprecedented global conflict that features the return of the iconic operators of Task Force 141. Hopefully, the majority of you guys got a chance to check out the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 beta. I had a good time with it. It's Call of Duty at the end of the day. Last year's Call of Duty left a lot to be desired, with Vanguard not doing all too well from a commercial standpoint. I still thought it was like an okay little game, like Call of Duty's Call of Duty at the end of the day, but I had an enjoyable time with the Modern Warfare 2 beta, so hopefully that does translate into the full product. Obviously, it being a PS4 and PS5 title, the PS5 title is going to see some graphical enhancements, but I would still expect a very quality experience on the PlayStation 4. If you're in a Call of Duty, you're probably going to like Modern Warfare 2. It drops on October 28th. They are doing a gimmick. If you pre-order the game, you get to play the campaign early, so if you're down for that, yeah, go ahead and check that out as well. Next up, we have new Tales from the Borderlands coming from Gearbox and 2K. Tales from the Borderlands is back with a new title, and this is going to be another comedic, story-driven title. You guys know the deal with games like this. They're pretty enjoyable, and if you play the first Tales from the Borderlands, I think you're going to have a good time with this one as well. I loved Telltale's Tales from the Borderlands, and I just was surprised at how well that game did in terms of, you know, taking the notable elements of Borderlands, but dropping it into a narrative-driven Telltale style game, and hopefully we see a lot more of the same from new tales from the Borderlands. Decide the fates of the altruistic scientist Anu, her ambitious sweetwise brother Octavio, and the fierce frogger-slinging Fran. Claw and con your way through 5 thrilling chapters that'll be available on October the 21st. And lastly, we have the upgraded release of Resident Evil Village with Resident Evil Village Gold Edition. This is going to be essentially what you got out of the Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition, where it's encompassing all of the content and throwing it in one package. It is going to be priced at $49.99, which I think is decent, all things considering. Given the content you're getting Resident Evil Village, you're getting the Winter's expansion, which is the major thing, you're getting the Trauma Pack, and you are getting Resident Evil Reverse. So all that content for $49.99 for a game that was already tremendous. Resident Evil Village was one of my favorite games of 2021, so if you have yet to check it out, highly would recommend it, but still something to keep on your radar. Like, if you haven't picked up RE Village yet, now you have the Gold Edition, so wait for that to go on sale, and then you can get all of the content, because these days, you can get the RE7 Gold Edition on sale for like $10. Now, it's going to take a while for Village to hit that price threshold, but it'll happen. You know, it won't take that long, so, you know, you can wait for that, but nonetheless, I feel like from a content standpoint, pretty good offering at $49.99. And that's going to do it for me. Again, quite a few PlayStation 4 titles dropping next month. These games are all playable on the PlayStation 5. Some of them, like MW2, have native PS5 versions, but a game like SIGNALIS, that's only a PS4 game that will be playable backwards compatible. And if you do only have a PS4, you still got a batch of quality titles to look forward to. Yeah, you might be missing out on like Gotham Knights, but you know, you got a couple of other titles to at least quench the appetite. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.